Could your genetics influence your cancer risk from eating red and processed meats? This question has been at the heart of a fascinating study by researchers aiming to unravel the complex relationship between diet, specifically red and processed meats, and cancer risk. The consumption of these meats has long been associated with an increased risk of developing colorectal cancer. However, despite strong evidence supporting this association, scientists have struggled to pinpoint the exact mechanisms behind this effect. Could our genetics play a role in this? Could our DNA hold the key to understanding why some people face a higher risk than others? These were the questions that guided a team of researchers from the University of Southern California Norris Comprehensive Cancer Center. Their goal? To explore whether our genetic makeup could influence our risk of colorectal cancer from consuming red and processed meats. So, how did researchers approach this complex question? Let's delve into their study. The team at the University of Southern California embarked on one of the largest gene environment studies, focusing on red meat and colorectal cancer. The mission was clear: to investigate if differences in our genes could influence the risk of cancer from red and processed meat consumption. The study was a mammoth task, involving data from nearly 30,000 individuals with colorectal cancer and almost 40,000 without. This data was collected from 27 studies of colorectal cancer risk in people of European origin. But the researchers didn't stop at mere data collection. They designed standard measures for the consumption of red and processed meat and divided participants into 4 groups based on their level of consumption. Additionally, they calculated daily servings and made adjustments for body mass index, ensuring a comprehensive and accurate analysis. The results were startling but not entirely unexpected. Those who consumed the most red meat, such as beef, pork, and lamb, had a 30% increased risk of colorectal cancer. The figures were even more concerning for those who consumed the most processed meat, such as bacon, sausages, deli meats, and hot dogs. They were staring at a 40% increased risk. But these findings, while significant, only painted part of the picture. They didn't account for the potential impact of genetic variations that could alter an individual's risk. The researchers knew they had to dig deeper. They had to unravel the complex interplay between diet and genetics and find out if our DNA could indeed modify the risk of cancer from red and processed meat consumption. But the question remained: could genetics play a role in altering an individual's risk? To answer this, researchers turned to genomic analysis, conducting a genome-wide search for genetic variants. This process involved using DNA samples and meticulously searching for positions in the genome known as single nucleotide polymorphisms, or SNPs, that might alter cancer risk in those who ate more red meat. It's like scanning a map of our genetic code, looking for particular landmarks that could point the way to increased risk. This careful and comprehensive analysis compiled data for over 7 million of these variants, a truly staggering number that demonstrates the sheer complexity of our genetic makeup. But among those millions, 2 particular SNPs stood out. These 2 genetic markers seem to influence cancer risk levels based on red or processed meat consumption, like secret switches that could be flipped by dietary choices. The first SNP was located near the HAS2 gene, a gene that already had a known link to colorectal cancer. However, its connection to red meat consumption was a new discovery. It was found that people who possess a common variant of the HAS2 gene, found in 66% of the population, faced a 38% higher risk of colorectal cancer if they consumed the largest amount of red meat. Yet, people with another rarer variant had no such increased risk. The second SNP identified was part of the SMAD7 gene. This gene regulates a protein linked to iron metabolism, which could potentially affect how the body processes iron-rich red and processed meats. The researchers suggest that this SNP's interaction with high consumption of iron-rich meats could increase cancer risk. These 2 genetic markers opened a new avenue of understanding in the relationship between diet, genetics, and cancer risk. The power of genomic analysis shines through here, illuminating the complex interplay of our genes, our environment, and our choices, and how they can shape our health outcomes. The first SNP was located near the HAS2 gene, with a known link to colorectal cancer, but not to red meat consumption. To understand the implications of this, let's delve a bit deeper. The AS2 gene, found in 66% of the population, has a common variant. Now here's the kicker. People who possess this variant face a 38% higher risk of colorectal cancer if they consume large amounts of red meat. However, another rarer variant of the AS2 gene doesn't show any increased risk with high red meat consumption. Interesting, isn't it? Now let's turn our attention to the second SNP. This one is a part of the SMAT7 gene. The SMAT7 gene plays a crucial role in regulating hepcidin, a protein linked to iron metabolism. Variations in the SMAT7 gene could potentially affect how our bodies process iron. Researchers suggest that this could increase cancer risk with high consumption of iron-rich red and processed meats. It's like a domino effect where one small change could potentially set off a chain of events, leading to a significant impact on our health. To put it into perspective, people who consume high levels of red meat and carry 2 copies of a SMAT7 variant, a variant present in nearly 3/4 of the population, face an 18% greater risk of colorectal cancer. In essence, it's a tale of 2 genes, AS2 and SMAT7. Each plays a unique role in our bodies and, as it turns out, in how our bodies react to our diet. These findings suggest that our genes might indeed play a significant role in how our diet influences our cancer risk. So what does all of this mean for you and your diet? Well, it underscores the importance of viewing health through a holistic lens. Diet, genetics, and lifestyle all interplay in complex ways to influence our well-being. The study we've just discussed highlights that the risk of colorectal cancer can be influenced by the combination of our genetic makeup and our dietary choices, particularly in relation to red and processed meats. The discovery of the 2 distinct genetic markers, AS2 and SMAT7, provides a key insight into understanding why some individuals might be at a higher risk of developing colorectal cancer when consuming large amounts of these types of meats. It's not just about what you eat, but how your unique genetic blueprint interacts with what you eat. But this doesn't mean you should rush to eliminate all red and processed meats from your diet if you happen to carry these genetic variants. It's about balance and moderation. A diet rich in a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can provide a wide array of nutrients that can help support overall health and reduce cancer risk. At the same time, the study also brings to the forefront the potential of genetic testing. Knowledge of one's genetic predispositions can be a powerful tool in disease prevention. Genetic testing can help identify individuals at risk and tailor prevention strategies, creating a more personalized approach to health and wellness. However, it's important to remember that genetics is just one piece of the puzzle. Lifestyle factors, such as maintaining a healthy weight, regular physical activity, and avoiding tobacco also play a significant role in cancer prevention. In conclusion, this research offers a renewed perspective on the intricate relationship between our genes, our diet, and our health. It's a call to action for all of us to be more mindful of our dietary habits, to consider our genetic predispositions, and to strive for a balanced lifestyle. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding your genetic risk factors can help you make informed decisions about your diet and overall health. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay healthy.